21 to face the starter, all running the FR125 Rotax water-cooled, 125cc, piston ports, electric start. Down to the line, they get the green, the lights are out. Paul Cameron got jumped off the start by young Simon Evans out of Mount Wellington in Auckland. Just 16 years of age as we go on board with Martin Short in the busy part of the field, further back through this field of Rotax lights. The Aero chassis dominating the numbers in this field is Simon Evans. Out to the early lead. Just struggled a little bit in qualifying, but has worked his way back through to the front in the heats in the pre-final. Won the last round of the Rotax Max Challenge at Tokoroa under lights. They have done a couple of meetings over the last few years under lights around New Zealand, and that's a great spectacle to watch. Evans getting away here now from Daniel Kent. Racing out of Kart Sport Auckland with the current North Island champ, Paul Cameron back there in third. Former two-time champ Matthew Hamilton was the top qualifier from time trials. Struggled a little bit in the heats, and the heat wins went to Daniel Kent in heat 1. Here he is on screen now in the number 75 Aero. Paul Cameron won the second heat. There he is in the NI, current North Island champ. Cameron won the pre-final to put him off the pole for the final. But at the moment, Kent and Cameron and the defending champ, Tony Chambers, in fourth are all chasing down 16-year-old from Mount Wellington in Auckland, Simon Evans. Simon's younger brother just finished third in the junior Yamaha class earlier on. Of course, the Evans dad, Owen Evans, New Zealand land speed record holder, long-time Porsche campaigner, the Lighting Direct Porsches. That family just passionate about their kart sport. So Simon Evans, beautifully presented kart, the Giltrap Group. Evans, European number 11 Aero, chased by Daniel Kent, who's definitely made a gain in the last lap or so. Paul Cameron. Matthew Hamilton now up into fourth. He's got ahead of Tony Chambers, and the Wheaton Electrical number 67 of Michael Wheaton now right in behind the current national champ. As we heard in the interview, has just struggled a little bit for pace. They haven't been too far off, and when you do struggle with these karts, especially the one-make classes like the Rotaxes, struggle means a tenth of a second or less. Less than a second covered the entire field after qualifying. When we talk about tight, less than a second covered the first 26 in qualifying for the Yamaha Lights class. On board here with Martin Short. In behind Richard Oxton. Great shots here on the racetrack, just giving you the bird's eye view of a lap around the Manawatu Toyota Raceway. Former two-time New Zealand Rotax champion Matthew Hamilton racing out of Christchurch. Another racer that has raced in the Toyota Racing Series over the last couple of years. Won the Lady Wigram Trophy last year. His home track at the Powerbuilt Tools Raceway in Ruapuna. This is Whangarei's Charles Hoare and the 26 of Ryan Hallier from Mount Wellington in Auckland. Then we go back to the 14 of Ethan de Jong. He's just made the step up from juniors. And Richard Oxton here in the 18 in the Oxton Motors Aero. The Oxton name, a famous family name in New Zealand. Richard's dad, of course, is David Oxton, former winner of the New Zealand Grand Prix. An all-round New Zealand motorsport legend. Another dad that's passionate about karting, both of his boys. Richard here and young Stephen race kart sport. David's nickname is Spanners. Ryan Hallier looks up the inside of Charles Hoare. Can he get by? Pulls up alongside through turn 3. Switches back to the right-hander turn 4 as we go back up front. Michael Wheaton now through to 5th. Tony Chambers 6th. Hallier this time completes the pass. That's up inside the 10. That's for 8th and 9th with Charles Hoare. Ryan Hallier 8th, Charles Hoare 9th as Kent goes to work on Evans. Slips up the inside into the pit corner. Just caught Evans napping a little bit. I think Evans didn't get a very good run out of the downhill turn 9, which is pretty much flat out. Just dropped the wheel off before he went, and it compromised a little bit of exit speed, and Kent took advantage and now leads as Evans right in behind Kent. He's going to get slotted up the inside by Cameron. Cameron through to second. Evans back to third with Matthew Hamilton now working him over. So Daniel Kent leads this final for the first time. Again, 20 laps is the distance. COK format with qualifying, 2 heats. The heats determine the starting order for the pre-final. And if you win the pre-final, you start off the pole for the final one. The big important one, it's a one-race deal for the New Zealand title with the COK format. Daniel Kent racing for Kart Sport Auckland. Rosebank Road, the home track up there. Out in West Auckland, under pressure here from the current North Island champ, Paul Cameron. He goes down the inside. Cameron picks up a beautiful clean pass. Kent trying to come back at him. Cameron, another former New Zealand champ. Kent goes back down the inside. Turn number 5. Matt Hamilton ranging back there in third. So the top 3 nose to tail. Daniel Kent, another former national champion, but he won the New Zealand title in Yamaha Heavy going back a few years. He's also raced in the Formula Challenge. Matt Hamilton back there in third. He's won a couple of national titles. Raced in the Toyota Racing Series. So it is all on here for the final of Rotax Lights. Simon Evans hasn't dropped off the back of this battle for the top 3. Just back off the back bumper of the number 9 of Matt Hamilton. So Evans 4th, Wheaton 5th. Josh Hart lurking back there. You can just see the flash of the yellow number plate. Current 2NZ. And Tony Chambers is falling back through this field outside of the 6 at the moment as Kent goes back to work on Paul Cameron for the lead. Current North Island champ. One of the front runners in the Rotax Max Challenge over the last couple of years. So we go back on board, back through the field with Martin Short. That's Richard Moore. Nicky Irwin battling side by side. Short just making contact with the right rear. You can't get too much closer than that. Great on board shots here at the Manawatu Toyota Raceway and Rotax Lights. It's Matt Hamilton looking pretty dangerous here in third. Looking pretty comfortable. Has struggled a little bit for outright speed in the heats in the pre-final. But he's got the setup working pretty well here in the 9. Hamilton family, the Aero importer for the South Island. Tony Chambers back there at about 6th. Running out of Wright Karts and Penrose in Auckland are the North Island importers for the Aero chassis out of Australia. The Aero chassis dominating the numbers here in the Rotax field. The Manawatu Toyota Raceway. Cameron now with a bit of a breakout on Daniel Kent. 3 kart lengths as Kent closes back under brakes. Into turn 3, switch back to turn 4, down to turn 5, behind the pits. Tightening left-hander. Don't want to get sideways and scrub off the exit speed with these karts. One of the stewards just down there on the edge of the track pointing out someone's indiscretions. This is Auckland's Kane Taylor battling with Josh Hart. This is for 6th and 7th. Kane Taylor's made a big gain. Started back from grid number 11. Josh Hart running the Intrepid chassis. Uncharacteristically struggling here at his home track as he goes back down the inside of Taylor. He's going to pick up the spot. That's the battle for 6th and 7th. As Kent closing up on the back of Paul Cameron. Laps winding down. We're getting down to the business end of the final of Rotax Lights. Can the current North Island champ do the double? They're on their last lap. Daniel Kent right in behind within striking distance. Down the inside into the pit corner. They get together. Hamilton slips up the inside. Wheaton through to second. Well, controversy here on the last corner. Kent tried to go down the inside of Cameron. Hamilton slips up the inside and wins his 3rd national title. Well, unbelievable stuff. It's Hamilton taking out the win from Michael Wheaton. Paul Cameron limps across the line in third.
Matt, well done. You actually, I guess, third place coming into the last corner, but you got it.
Yeah, we were quick, but we were there at the end, but just didn't quite have enough to challenge those front two guys. So I thought let them have a go on the last lap, and yeah, that's what happened, and came through for the win. It's good.
Michael, great drive from about grid 7 or 8. You came through for second.
Yeah, quite fortunate in the end that Dan and Paul had it coming together, and I'm not too sure what happened there, but definitely helped me in the long run, didn't it?